his third start of the year. He's had as many starts as he has appearances off the benches, coming in injury situations. The goalkeeping position has been a bit of an adventure this year for Miami. Miami will settle the ball on the left side with Kremaski, played back to Rios Novo. And now Aviles and Wigant on the near side. Shannon will put a little bit of pressure on him. Ball played out into the midfield. Gets past everybody, and Miles Robinson a touch. Buka, Vander looking to go out wide to the right. Instead, he threads the needle into the box. It's DeAndre Yedlin. Yedlin trying to pull it back. Kai Kamara across the mouth of the goal. Orshano will strike the ball, and the Argentine puts it towards the stands, and then it's actually knocked out on the end line. I thought that ball was going way up into the stands, but it kind of hung up there on the end line, and Miami knocked it out. Rios Novo tried to keep it in, and we'll have a corner kick here early for the Orange and Blue.
Well, it's been a quick start, I think, for FC Cincinnati. Moments before that play, there was almost an interception. It came, as we talked about, kind of from the press. It was organized, well-timed, but FC Cincinnati just that last attack, quick transition, now a chance for a corner kick.
It'll be Evander on the far side to the left of Rios Novo. Evander, an out-swinging ball into the box, chopped away. Fafa Picault got onto the ball, and it out to the far side. And here's my answer. We were talking about it off air. We were watching that Rodrigo de Paul ceremony as he was handed a jersey and introduced for the fans for the first time. He was given a jersey with the number 7. Well, until today, Fafa Picault's number was 7. And I kind of looked out and I said to you, well, that's kind of funny because I'm pretty sure Fafa Picault is starting tonight in number 7. And apparently his number has changed today as he now wears number 14. Robinson on the far side. Yedlin. And Cincinnati will play it through the midfield. Kamara pings forward. Here's Dado Valenzuela breaking into the 18. Valenzuela left-footed shot. Rios Novo the save, and he slowed it for a moment, but nobody was there to poke it past the Miami goalkeeper.
Yeah, it's another great kind of play from Valenzuela. He time in just off the run to get through. He had a ton of space, and it seemed like almost too much time, but did well to get the shot off. Just couldn't place it past the keeper.
Cincinnati pressuring on the far side. DeAndre Yedlin is there to win the ball. Gets it into the middle of Nunga. Now it comes out into the midfield, and Matt Miazga will have plenty of time to settle on the possession. Swipes it with his left foot over for Yedlin, who of course was the captain here before Lionel Messi arrived. Valenzuela had the opening goal and his third game-winning goal of the season in the match against Miami. Scored it in the first half 10 days ago, and then Evander had 2 insurance goals in the second half.
Just watching kind of just that play again, great combination play between Kai Kamara and Valenzuela. And Valenzuela, of course, found the space and created the chance himself. Had the space at the time, just didn't have the power, the accuracy.
Yedlin sending the ball forward over hits Valenzuela and Kamara. And Rios Novo is able to scoop it up. It's the second start for Rios Novo against Cincinnati. He had a start with Atlanta United when he was with the Five Stripes against the Orange and Blue. And Rios Novo forward. Busquets nearly skipped off his foot. Did just enough that Brian Nunga was able to come over and disrupt, but he sends it out wide to the left. Kremaski. Benjamin Kremaski playing at left back. That's certainly not his position. He's a midfielder they use in a couple of different roles, but not really as a fullback. But no Jordi Alba due to the All-Star game suspension. And they had to be creative with some other bodies out. Here's the other way. Tadeo Allende into the box. Tried to pick out the far post, and he almost did as Roman Celentano dove to his right. He did not touch the ball, so it's a goal kick, but a nervy moment there, and the first opportunity of the match for Miami.
Well, it's the first chance, like you mentioned, that they have a chance to attack, and it's a quick transition. FC Cincinnati up until this point, I think it did a good job, kind of both sides of the ball too, managing the spaces, managing the transitional moments. I think just going back to Kremaski, as you talked about, kind of playing out of position, that's twice now, Tommy, the FC Cincinnati almost picked off this Miami back line. Trying to play out of the back, it's definitely going to be an adjustment with obviously Jordi Alba missing tonight.
Well, and you mentioned it earlier, Maxi Falcon suspended as well. Yellow card accumulation, picked that up in their last match against the New York Red Bulls, which they won in resounding fashion 5-1. Miami has won 6 of 7 in league play. The only loss, the only blemish in that 7-match stretch was the game in Cincinnati a week and a half ago. Miazga to the right, Robinson. Forward towards Buka. Pico kind of pushes him away. Now Robinson, the all-star, who is down in Austin with Evander this week for the midweek showcase at Q2 Stadium. Kamara heads the ball into the middle. Valenzuela off his chest, disrupted, but finds Evander. Then Evander, a spin around Segovia. Nunga back to Lucas Engel. Engel has been playing at center back more than wing back as of late. They're giving Cincinnati good minutes there, and with healthy center backs available today, Pat Noonan decides that he's going to keep Engel in that position. Lets Luca Orshano play at left wing back, and Orshano brings this ball forward for Evander. Cincinnati, even numbers into the attacking half. Evander trying to get it over to Yedlin. Yedlin is ripped down by Benjamin Kramaski. That's an easy yellow card. Just outside of the box. It's going to set up a really dangerous spot for a free kick. And a no-question yellow card on Kramaski.
Well, I think the question is the yellow card enough in this situation, right?
Well, that would bring in to play Dogso. Denial of a goal-scoring opportunity. Was Kramaski the final defender? We'd have to see a wider shot than the one we're seeing right now.
I don't think he was. I was just asking that just because
you
I had to
winding
force
me up.
the Dogso comment out of you early just to get it out. But listen, here's the biggest thing, too. I think with Yedlin, just being able to maintain that body position and continue to run, it was definitely threatening. I don't think he was going to be in on goal, but he certainly could have provided an opportunity. Doesn't matter. This is Evander territory here, Tommy.
No question about it. Orshano will be there as well. They are standing just where the sun is maybe on 10% of the pitch right now. It's just cutting across the goal box that Rios Novo is protecting. Orshano is there, but I agree with you. The Brazilian is going to be the one to take this free kick. This season, Evander, 8 goals outside of the 18. That's more than half of his 15. Evander has not taken a penalty kick, so he loves this range. Let's see what he can do around the Miami wall. Evander steps to the ball, into the wall, deflects out towards the near side, and Nunga and Kamara will give chase on the ball, and Kamara sends it back towards Miazga, who was in preventative check. No Evander was shooting. They didn't really need the center backs forward, so Robinson and Miazga stayed back, and now Cincinnati will work in the attacking half. The orange and blue right to left across your radio dial for the first 45 minutes. Engel back to Miazga, and now back into the defensive half. It's Robinson. Luca Robinson right up the middle towards Evander. Stepping in was Aviles to knock the ball away. Buca trying to collect it in the midfield, tied up with Suarez, who comes away with the possession. Suarez out wide to the left. It's Pico. Off of Pico, long-time MLS veteran. Getting there to slow him down. Back to Kramaski, forward Segovia. Just outside of the 18 on the far side. Segovia trying to get around Buca. Buca not giving him an inch, and Segovia will drop the ball for Redondo. He didn't play in the game in Cincinnati. Federico Redondo, his 8th start of the season. Engel will head the ball away. It'll bounce out right in front of Pat Noonan towards the Cincinnati bench, and almost at the midfield is where Wegant will come to throw that ball in. Moves it off to Aviles. Now Lujan, who's starting in place of the suspended Falcon, and Kramaski. Across the midfield, Segovia. 10th minute. We are scoreless so far. Here in the second match in 11 days between Cincinnati and Miami. Aviles across the midfield. Redondo in the direction of Allende. Orshano was able to step in the way, but then Aviles takes it right back. Miami trying to get into the final third. Sylvia pushed away by Robinson. And this match very much starting with patience like we saw the one a week and a half ago, Kevin.
Yeah, I think it's taken, apart from kind of a transitional moment for Miami, it's taken them just a little bit of time to kind of get into any type of possession, any type of rhythm, but it seems like in this phase they've done that. FC Cincinnati, I think, started, certainly, I think, fast out of the blocks. They've had some moments, they've had some set pieces, of course. Yeah, I think it's certainly setting up to the game that we expected.
Suarez into the box. Pico is there. Celentano, a big save. Fafa Pico was able to beat the defense. It'll be a corner kick for Miami. And Roman turned to his right, just threw his body in front of it and denied Fafa.
Just we're talking about things that are expected. I don't think that was expected from the back line. Kind of caught like square almost, and Pico at the back post. What a save from Roman Celentano, just coming out big, making himself as large as possible.
No Lionel Messi means someone else will take the corner kicks for Miami. The answer is Benjamin Kormaski. He tried to drive the ball low. Buka found it at his feet and just booms the ball all the way out to the center circle. Wygant is back in preventative shape and gives it off to Kormaski on the far side. And Miami will try to stay on the attack. That saved by Roman is the first shot on goal from Miami in the match. Cincinnati has one shot on goal so far. 3 total. Dondo in the midfield. Now over to Aviles. Across the midfield line. Pico switching over to the near side. Has a touch. And then right back to Aviles and Rios Novo. Rocco Rios Novo, the third goalie to play this year for Miami. William Yarborough is the backup. He has not appeared. Longtime MLS veteran. He's the fourth goalkeeper. And having dressed with Drake Callender out. And now Oscar Ristori out with a hamstring injury suffered in Cincinnati. Pico into the final third. Back to Redondo. Busquets pushing into the attack. Onto his left. It got past Allende, and Kormaski has to track the ball all the way to the far side. He gets there. Sends it into the box. Finds the chest of Miazga. Robinson pushes it out towards the midfield, and Evander does well to pull it down with a back heel. Kai Kamara is going to try to get away from traffic. Ball takes a deflection, and Kamara does really well to stay on it. Find Evander inside of the center circle. Now Orishano with some space, but a heavy touch kind of brought him into the middle. He had so much space out wide and misplayed that ball, which gave it right back to Miami.
I think just on that too. I think he's trying to beat Redondo in the tackle. He just takes a heavy touch. Redondo can kind of step across and kind of clean up the space, but the space for Orishano essentially was out to the wing. But as I was saying, I think he was driving at him then to cut back. We've seen that so many times with the left-footed player who's back outside. One thing too is we talked about Miami's the possession is increasing, but also numbers forward. The support is very fluid. We've seen that so many times with the system.
There's the ball forward in the direction of Suarez. Wasn't quite able to catch up to it. Got all the way into the box, and Roman plays it long into the midfield. Kormaski finds it before Valenzuela. Benjamin will play back to his goalkeeper. And Inter Miami will reset into the 14th minute, scoreless at Chase Stadium.
That's the thing. They're so comfortable just leaving both center backs today and just pushing. You talked about Kormaski. Kormaski's got kind of license to go as high as he wants.
Allende up the right side. Engel slowed him just enough, but Allende with the ball. Suarez in the box towards Pico. Yedlin trying to chop it away from Pico. He got tangled up. Be a foul. But the ball does bounce out on the far side. The crowd kind of reacted as though they thought maybe there was more to the challenge from DeAndre, but not to be. Throw in quickly for Miami. Busquets to Suarez. Knocked off of his foot by Evander. Robinson. Valenzuela into a lot of traffic, and Busquets is there to take it away from him. Pico on the far side. Buka and Valenzuela there. Pico finally knocks down Valenzuela, and the foul will be whistled. Cincinnati will get a free kick. So Cincinnati's lineup unchanged from the matchup a week and a half ago. 4 changes for Inter Miami tonight. 3 due to suspension, and then, of course, the injury to the goalkeeper. Miles Robinson will take the free kick. Plays it short for Buka. Back to Robinson. Quarter of an hour gone by. Yet to see a goal in this one. Doesn't quite find Kamara, but the deflection lands at the feet of Buka, and Cincinnati able to keep the possession. Suarez screaming at somebody right now as Cincinnati keeps the possession. Evander, certainly top 3 as far as MVP candidates are concerned, and Evander is kicked by Allende, and he immediately drops. Busquets isn't happy. He comes over for a chat with Tori Penso. I think Allende is going to get a talking to, or somebody is right now. That's Redondo, actually. I didn't see where Evander got hit. It was a follow-through, I believe. Let's see if we get a replay here.
It's a tough challenge. He just comes in and just hits it with his knee back.
And put his arm into his face as well.
Just
on the play.
as he kind of drives his knee into the back of the leg. Well, those are the types of challenges that end in injuries too.
Kamara forward for Valenzuela. Cincinnati into the final third. Evander, top of the 18. Back to Kamara. Left-footed shot. It goes just wide. As Kai Kamara, good interplay into the box, and Kamara didn't get off as clean of a look as he probably would have liked.
I'm actually surprised that Evander passes this.
Me too.
The first combination is fantastic from Kai Kamara into Dado, and then I think Evander has enough space to take another touch just into the box from the D and get that shot off.
When I wonder if Kai Kamara knew that Luca Orshano was to his left unmarked, because he could have even made one more pass, given it to Luca, and Luca would have had a good look with his left foot. Miami back the other way, left to right. Allende. Segovia into the 18. Miazga giving chase. Segovia across the mouth of the goal. It will actually hook and go out on the touchline on the far side. It's a positive for Miami because it's just a throw-in for the orange and blue and not a goal kick.
And I think going back to that chance too, as I mentioned, Luke, it's okay for me to sit here and say that, but even with the Kai Kamara shot, it's a big chance, right?
Yeah.
And I think you've got to hit the target. You've got to at least make the keeper, save this. Rios Novo was just in kind of it looked like it got a stuck position.
Oh, yeah,
He couldn't move his
100%.
feet. So if you just move it either side, I think it's a goal, right?
In slow motion, it felt like a surefire goal for FC Cincinnati, and I agree. I thought Evander would shoot it. That, again, is his distance, right at the edge of the box, inside of the D. More goals outside of the 18 than anybody in MLS this year for Evander. But that opportunity comes up empty, and we remain at 0-0 into the 18th minute. Vilas will drive the ball forward in the direction of Pico. Has a step around Yedlin. Off of Pico all the way to the far side of the pitch. Drops it to Kramaski. Busquets. Suarez outside of the 18. Shot from distance. Miazga got in the way. Oshano steps to the ball. Brings it into the midfield of Evander. Evander absorbed some pressure. Ball knocked off of his foot as Weigand got there. Comes back to Engel. Lucas will stand on the ball for a moment. Gives it off for Roman, who looks up as Suarez puts the pressure on, and he plays it out into the midfield. Valenzuela was pulled down. Torpenso not having it. Telling Dado to get up. Allende has Segovia. Segovia in the final third across the box. Suarez got a half volley as he swung at that ball, and he barely got a piece of it. Roman's able to run over and scoop it up without any issue.
This comes across to Suarez, just gets the timing just off. He's trying to just that side volley. Those are hard to kind of put off, so you have to hit it pretty sweet. Doesn't.
Buka over to the far side. Yedlin for DeAndre. It's his 20th start of the season. 4 assists this year. Miazga, Engel, midfield, it's Evander. Trying to switch it over towards Buka, turns his body to shield off Pico, and gives the possession to Yedlin. Cincinnati will be home for a while after this match. Ball gets switched over to Orshano, broken up Weigand. Cincinnati will have a throw-in inside of their final third. 3 in a row in Leagues Cup at home. Then the anniversary match on August 10th. That'll be the next time the Orange and Blue play at TQL Stadium. Just log on to FCCincinnati.com and lock in all of your tickets right now. Engel over to Robinson. Leagues Cup starts Thursday with Monterrey paying a visit to TQL Stadium. Sound familiar? Saw them in CONCACAF Champions Cup last season in the Queen City. Thursday, Sunday, Thursday for those 3 games at home. Miazga will turn the ball away from Suarez. Back to Celentano inside of the 18. Now Suarez gets dangerously close as Roman kind of took a little bit of a touch in front of himself. Kamara is knocked down in the midfield, immediately grabbing his ear. He was challenged there by Lujan, and the foul was called. Busquets doesn't like the call. Sergio Busquets wearing the captain armband tonight with Lionel Messi out. This is the first time that Miami played without Messi since April 27th.
And there's contact for sure. I mean, it's a head injury. I don't think there's much of an argument from Busquets.
Morrow's going to take an extra moment to get up, and now they are going to wave the medical staff out to check on Kai Kamara. Hopefully the veteran is okay. Kamara, 40 years of age, oldest active player in Major League Soccer. Kamara laying on his back, so that gives both managers a little bit of opportunity to talk things over. Orshano standing with Pat Noonan right now. Ricky Paez is over there translating. Javier Mascherano will have a couple guys come over for a few words. And if nothing else, some hydration on this hot day, as we expected. When you saw the schedule come out, you knew July 26th in South Florida would be plenty hot, plenty humid.
I want to say this. It feels all right with this breeze.
We do have a nice breeze up here. If we didn't have the breeze, it would be
Might be different on the
pretty
field.
awful.
I mean,
We're not running around.
a little bit higher as far as the elevation, but honestly was expecting hotter. But
You feel like the energy a little bit different in the building without Lionel Messi dressing
of
tonight?
course,
I mean,
of course. You know, it's
predicted.
right on cue. This is
There he is on our monitor
on our monitor.
in the suite downstairs with
Close
the
up, I'm sure
family.
he's still a little bit angry, I think is fair to say.
Yeah.
But listen, rules are rules, Tommy. So
Yep.
I think to answer your question, but there's definitely a difference, right, in his energy, the buzz. And I think even if you look at Miami, it's just how they're trying to play too. There's a difference in tempo, you know.
Right.
But granted, and I've said this, credit to them, they've been able to figure out, I think, within 22 minutes of this first half, how to find spaces. I think the movement has been pretty good. FC Cincinnati, no doubt about it, I think have started, they're in control, I think, if you look possession and the kind of chances created. But Miami are, again, just testing the boundaries. Anytime they have a transitional moment, they're kind of putting the back line under some pressure. They need Roman Salentano at times, get across his box.
Kai Kamara is up onto his feet and will return to the match, so that's a good sign. Vander will send the ball back for Orshano, and Kamara works his way back out onto the pitch as Lucas Engel will send the ball onto the right. Robinson, pressure coming quickly from Miami. Valenzuela knocked down as the ball comes to him. Lujan playing very high on the defense, knocked the ball out to the far side, and Cincinnati will throw it in there. Right to the edge of their defensive third. Andre Yedlin will manage it. We've just crossed the midway point of the first half. After that pretty lengthy delay while they checked on the well-being of Kai Kamara. No goals yet in this one. It was Valenzuela late in the first half, getting the game winner 10 days ago. Kamara has the ball deflect off of him. Miami will have the throw-in. Maskey will manage that. Miami's been good here at home this year, 6-2-2. Almost identical road record at 6-2-3.
I was just going to say, it is actually surprising how quiet it is, right?
Yeah, like
you got the,
there's not much energy. I mean, there's not much energy from the supporter section.
you've got the die. It's a constant beat. It's a drum, but
it's nothing compared to what you see LAFC, what you see in Cincinnati, and some of these other.
I think the other three
Austin.
sections are completely flat.
Yeah, there's
And
nothing.
of course, we're spoiled at TQL Stadium too, right?
Correct. Yeah, absolutely. And I heard that the supporter section in Austin was unbelievable, even for the All-Star game. I mean, that's not even their guys. Brent Stuber played. Brandon Vasquez was hurt. But listen, there's just not a lot of energy in the building right now. Segovia has it come off of his foot. You're right. There are some supporters who are drumming and waving flags down to our left. But at TQ, I'll say in that entire section over to the left is
whole
up,
thing,
chanting,
honestly.
singing. Yeah, absolutely. So a little bit different. And obviously, some of that buzz taken away with the suspensions that were handed out yesterday, 1 o'clock. Found out no Lionel Messi, no Jordi Alba after they no-showed the All-Star game. Certainly a lot of chatter over whether or not the suspensions would happen, but like you said, rules are rules. And therefore, those two will not play. Yedlin into the middle, Valenzuela. Valenzuela over to Engel. Now onto the near side, Orshano. Back to Engel. Unlike in 2018 when Zlatan was suspended for the same offense and immediately issued a statement that he was okay with it because of his greatness. Nothing from Lionel Messi except what Jorge Mas passed on yesterday about him being very upset with the decision. And he'll get a throw in on the far side. Andre Yedlin will go over and take that. Pico keeping an eye on Yedlin. Throws it in and finds Miles Robinson. Miazga back to Yedlin. A step around Busquets. Miazga has to send it back to Celentano. And Roman will tee it up. Plays it short forward for Buca. Just outside of the 18. And he certainly have shown patience. 4 shots in this match. 1 on goal. Those are the exact same numbers for Miami. And the possession's basically even. 52% for Cincinnati at this point. Valenzuela has it poked away. Kormaski will roll out right at the midfield, and Cincinnati will throw it in there. Miami 7 points back right now in the Eastern Conference, but of course they have 3 games in hand. So over the back half of the season, they're going to have more schedule congestion. Opportunity to make up some points. Evander looking up. Valenzuela and Kamara trying to break free. Looks like Dotto stayed on. The flag never went up. As the ball rolls over to Kramaski. He was looking up. The Miami players were anticipating that he was off. Segovia at the center circle. Allende into the final third for Miami. 1-on-1 with Engel. Allende into the box. Weygand broke free. Draws the ball back over the head of Pico. Thought Pico left, but man, he would have had to be at least 12 inches taller to find that header. Knocked out on the far side by Miami. Cincinnati deep inside of their defensive third will have a throw-in. Valiant effort there by Pico, but no chance to finish that cross from Weygand. Yedlin another throw-in. We've seen a lot of action up that right side so far. Finds Kamara on his chest. Pings it off with Pico. Yedlin can walk about 10 yards forward and throw it in once again. Fired off for Valenzuela. Comes off of his chest, Kramaski. Now Pico. Pico will drop the ball all the way to the midfield line. Now Aviles in the defensive half. Back to Rios Novo. Stand on the ball just outside of the 18 for a moment. Aviles. Rios Novo. Cincinnati can get their attacking unit a bit higher. Vander giving chase. Ball will come into the midfield. Suarez heads it on. Direction of Allende on the near side. Right back to Suarez. Suarez with his left foot. Over to Segovia. Robinson will challenge on him. Segovia step around him. Finds the ball, takes a shot. It gets a deflection, goes out wide. But Segovia made it a little bit too easy there. And his shot sets up a corner kick for Miami, their second of the match.
I'm just kind of surprised. Miles Robinson just on that bouncing ball. I think he misreads the cue, and he actually steps to Segovia. He actually really needs to drop on that. Bouncing balls, it's the same thing with the goalkeeper, so you shouldn't step to it. And I think Segovia just knocks it across and then flicks it back, and as he gets it back onto his right foot, he couldn't hit the target. Took a deflection, of course, but you saw the reaction from Miles Robinson too. Upset with himself.
This corner kick will come from the near side. Kramaski high into the air. It's headed down over the back of Yedlin and off of Pico, who's called for the foul, leaping over the shoulders of Yedlin there. Cincinnati will get the free kick. 30th minute, still no score. Tom Glitter, Kevin McCluskey, happy to be with you here tonight. Hope you'll join us again on Thursday. That's a 7 o'clock kickoff against Rayados de Monterrey. Engel. Orshano. Spins away from Weygand. Now Busquets. Still Orshano. Now forward to Valenzuela. Just outside of the 18. Valenzuela pulls it into the box. And just a slight touch there from Lujan. Disrupts the ball and it rolls over to the goalkeeper.
He's just trying to get it back on his right foot. He's trying to kind of glide to get back on that strong foot. There's a couple of times now, and that's the type of situation you want Dado to be in, a 1v1 position. Massive strength of his.
Weygand to Aviles. He will cycle along their back line. Novo with a touch, and then to the left, Lujan. Vander steps to him and forces the pass back to his goalkeeper. Then Aviles, but not much of a high press tonight from Cincinnati, just the same they did a week and a half ago at TQL Stadium. Weygand Aviles. Over to the left, it's Lujan. As we get into the second half and work our way through this match, Cincinnati certainly will have the advantage as far as the bench is concerned. Javier Mascherano only dressed 18 for this match. Much shorter bench than the 20 available for Pat Noonan, and a mostly healthy squad now, save Kevin Denke and Yuya Kubo, who remain out, and Albina Wobodo, obviously, who's out till probably about the end of the season, but not on the season-ending injury list. Busquets plays the ball forward. Allende made the run, but the ball was hit too strong, rolls over to Celentano. What's our injury report? It's cared for by Mercy Health, the official healthcare provider of FC Cincinnati. Yedlin, forward to Buka. Buka slows it down right at the midfield line. Buka trying to get around Segovia. Tapped away Kramaski. And Valenzuela getting into the mix. And Valenzuela wins the ball back from Segovia. And Segovia takes it off of his foot. Yedlin a step, doesn't get to it. Pico dances away from Buka. Drops the ball back to Kramaski. And here comes the patience from Miami again. Lujan into the defensive half. Aviles looking forward. Allende is there on the run. Robinson step, got just a slight touch. Suarez off to the right. Weigand takes a shot. Celentano makes the save. Parries it out across the end line. But it'll be another corner kick for Miami.
It's just a situation. I think Miami get decent numbers forward, and it's a run from Allende that essentially draws Miles Robinson inside, and as the space then goes out, it's Wingard that gets the strike. Roman Celentano in a position, just a quick reaction. See if there's not much he can do because it hits him in the chest.
Second save of the match for Roman. Kramaski will take the corner kick from the near side. Right foots it, out swinging ball into the box. Headed on, up and over the frame. Vilas was there. Not able to test Celentano. It'll be a goal kick for Cincinnati here in the 33rd minute of the scoreless match.
Just a couple of times now, it seems like Miami's game plan tonight is to actually go direct with Pico, of course, is up top, and then Luis Suarez will be the guy just to kind of drop underneath. But the midfield runners from Miami, too, are very threatening. Anytime the centre backs, Busquets gets the ball, he's looking up straight away. He's trying to find that space, 35, 40-yard pass over the top.
Aviles intercepts in the midfield. Quickly forward, Suarez pinged off of his foot. Kamara was able to recover the ball for Cincinnati. And here's Evander across the midfield. Brazilian will cut it into the middle. Sends it off Buka. Then it's Anunga. Talked to Pat Noonan in the pregame about the building relationship between Anunga and Buka, with Albina Wobodo out injured. Moshano, heavy touch forward, cleared away to the near side. And a throw-in, no, would it be for, I was going to say Cincinnati, and the officials conferred. It caught a deflection off Luka as it went out. Evander, though, does well to win the ball right back. Engel. Anunga. And play is going to be stopped in the midfield.
The ball's flat. This doesn't happen very often.
We've been doing these games for 10 years together, and I can't remember a time.
It does happen at times, but you can see
it happens in my kids' games.
You could see the reaction actually from Lucas Engel. As soon as he passed it, he was like, that ball's flat.
So some type of puncture. Obviously, all those balls are checked before the match. The replacement made.
But the question was, were they?
This is you're trying to claim a Patriots Deflategate type situation. That would slow things down quite a bit. Substitute ball was made, and play continues here with about 10.5 minutes and stoppage time remaining. Yedlin forward, Kamara taken down just across the midfield. Kamara screaming in pain, asking why no foul was called. Segovia on the ball, alive at the 18. Suarez makes a turn, and Anunga knocks it off his foot, and a strong challenge by Anunga. Suarez now down. Here comes Cincinnati. 4 on 5 into the attacking half. Aviles clears out Luca Orishano. Tori Penso, as she pulls out her yellow card, it slips out of her hand and flies through the air. The fans aren't happy, but that's an easy yellow card on Tomas Aviles.
I think it's good officiating. Ref is in a good position. both calls too. The Suarez call, and it was, of course, a quick transition from FC Cincinnati. On the Suarez call, though, it was all ball.
Yeah.
And Suarez is actually still down, but Brandon Nunga gets across.
He doesn't even touch him.
There's no doubt about it. There's no question. But I think for the referee, again, credit, as she got close to the play, was in a position, it was a cynical foul.
Yeah.
But for FC Cincinnati, now a chance. For Evander, looks like it will be a set piece. I think, obviously, service from this distance. He's not going to try a shot, I don't think.
Suarez is up and barking at Torrey Penso as he runs up the pitch. Evander and Lucas Engel will stand over the ball. Cincinnati send just Miles Robinson forward. Matt Miazga will stand in the center circle as the furthest FC Cincinnati defender in preventative shape. Suarez will be given the time to fall into line and help defend this. Suarez still yelling at Torrey Penso. It's the second yellow card of the match on Miami. Evander, it ends up being a shot. I don't think that was the plan. Landed in the chest of Rios Novo as he makes an easy save.
Just overhits his pass.
Yep. Rios Novo right at the penalty spot to the left. Lujan. If you're Miami now, we talked about that short bench, and you have two of your starters, Tomas Savilas and Ben Kramaski, now on yellow cards.
That's a good point.
Without a lot of options to make changes in the second half, at least not experienced options. Miazga heads the ball down.
I think Suarez is still hurt too. Just watching him, he hasn't quite recovered from that challenge. And I'm not saying there wasn't contact. There was definitely contact, but Brian Onunga won the ball first and foremost. And I think as he probably put it,
maybe brushed him.
His body, I think he probably hits his knee, like Brian's knee, I think hits Suarez, I think is what happened. But it's not a foul.
Right.
He's there, he has possession of the ball, he's won it.
Orshano with two men on, gets away from both of them. Orshano, Wigand tracking him from behind. Orshano taps it into the 18. Finally, Wigand is there to take it away and give Wigand credit. He stayed with Orshano the whole way and ended up winning the ball. Forward Allende comes off his chest. Bit of a heavy touch, and Nunga comes away with it for Cincinnati. Buka in the midfield towards Valenzuela. Now all the way back. Robinson in the center circle. Robinson did well playing in the middle of the three center backs when Cincinnati got the clean sheet in the match last week at Salt Lake. Evander forward, and again overhits the ball in the direction of Kamara, and Buka lands comfortably on the chest of Rios Novo. Back-to-back clean sheets for Roman Celentano with the wins against Salt Lake last Saturday on the road and a week and a half ago against this Miami team at home. Robinson a touch in the midfield of Vander. Kamara, Valenzuela, back to the midfield line. It's Yedlin. And Nunga inside of the center circle. The supporters that are left trying to inject some energy both into this crowd and this team. Vander just held up in the midfield, and the foul is called. Cincinnati will get a free kick there. .39 gone here in the first half. 0-0 between Cincinnati and Miami. It was about this point in the first half when Valenzuela scored the goal against Miami back in the Queen City. Dotto, it was his fifth of the season, his second career goal against Miami. Celentano swipes at the ball, goes high into the air in the direction of Yedlin. Kramaski comes over to head it down. Nunga back to Celentano. Suarez was kind of closing in, and I agree. I think Suarez still kind of limping around a bit. Segovia back to Kramaski. Kramaski will cut into the middle of the pitch. That's where he normally plays. Starting at left back today with Jordi Alba out. Wigand. The back line, Aviles. Lujan. Over to the left side. Now Pico. Into the final third. Pico turns towards the goal. Set it for Segovia. He realized it late. Miazga poked it away. Roman was trying to figure out if it should come off his line, and Miazga was able to play it over the far touchline. Throwing for Miami. Possession still about even in this match. Cincinnati now 7 shots, 2 on goal. Crazy stat when you talk about Inter Miami, they're the only team in Major League Soccer that has not attempted a penalty kick or seen their opponent attempt a penalty kick this season.
That's a crazy start.
Not been a penalty in a match they played in. Allende across the mouth of the goal, and he just misses everybody. It'll go out on the end line. Cincinnati will get a goal kick.
But just looking again, just Allende, gets into that space, and Miami as the attacker are playing four, in midfield is kind of a box system. And so both points of that, it comes into almost like a diamond too. There's space in between. And I think for the back line, in between Lucas Engel and Luke Orishano, that's the space right now that Miami are finding a decent amount of success. And the same thing's on the opposite side too. I think, between Miles Robinson and Yedlin, those are the spaces in the system right now. I think that, I wouldn't say it's a weakness, but they've got to get tighter. We talked about, one of the keys being, compact defensively. There's been times Miami have drifted in the midfield, especially have drifted into those spaces. They've taken shots from distance. We talked about the long threat too.
Miles Robinson pulled down by Fafo Pico. Foul will be whistled in the defensive third for Cincinnati. We'll have a free kick coming. 3.5 minutes with stoppage time remaining. We'll get some thoughts from Pat Noonan before he heads into the dressing room at the end of this 45-minute first half. Miami has scored more goals now, 49, than anybody else in Major League Soccer. Talk about winning 6 of 7 MLS games, 22 goals in those 6 games. So that's about 3.5 per game in the 6 wins, and the one they lost to Cincinnati, they didn't score in. Played forward Celentano. Kai Kamara tried to head it on. Segovia battling with Anunga, and Brian Anunga strong once again. He was really good in the matchup in Cincinnati, especially against Messi, and he's performing well again tonight.
He's been consistent. He's obviously had a run of games at this point in time, but I think defensively he's always looked strong in the tackle, and I think he's also improved. We talked about this I think it was the Columbus game actually, was just being able to penetrate off the dribble, not so much, but more forward passes. I think it is something that he's improved upon.
Engel will throw it in right at the midfield. There's Evander nearby with Busquets trailing him, and Engel will try to throw it up the near touchline. Poked away from Kamara. Redondo first to it. Lujan. To Redondo. Busquets and back to Aviles. It's kind of where Miami tries to lull you to sleep a little bit, then make one of those passes forward. Passes. It's worked a few times. Here's Allende spinning on it, and Miazga comes over to help out Lucas Engel and taps the ball back to his goalkeeper, Celentano, who will find Allende on his back. Yedlin touches into the middle, and Pavel Buka had to be strong there to get the ball back out wide.
And I think the other big thing with kind of the system, the game plan tonight for Miami, they'll take risks out of the back. They'll send their fullbacks, even if they're still in the build-up phase.
Vander from Orishano. Now Evander into the box towards Valenzuela. Collision there with Kramaski. It looked like their heads looked like their heads collided there inside of the box as Kramaski and Valenzuela came together. Miami into the box. Weigand back to Allende. Redondo. Over to Allende, and Miami will be patient here. All the way back to Aviles. Lujan. On the far side, Kramaski. Miami controlling right at the edge of the attacking third. Just about to roll into stoppage time of the first half, and I imagine it'll probably be 2 to 3 minutes. Tucked on. Allende. Shot from Suarez kind of tested Roman towards the crossbar, went up and over the frame. Suarez saying that Roman touched it. He did not. And it'll be a goal kick. And it'll be 2 minutes of stoppage. I think they can all be accounted for when Kai Kamara was down with a head injury. So 120 seconds to be tacked on. And if if nobody gets a goal here, we'll go into the half scoreless. Roman will send everybody long. Strikes the ball with his right foot towards the near side of the pitch. Kamara fighting for the header, doesn't get to it. Weigand plays it out right into the Miami bench. Javier Mascherano will pick up the ball and give it off for Luca Orshano. Kamara off the throw-in, played out by Miami. Cincinnati can take a couple steps forward and throw it once more. Kamara will hand the ball to Orshano, and Luca fires it up the near touchline in reverse to Lucas Engel. Engel stands in the defensive half. Will invite a defender to make a run at him. Yazga. On the far side, Yedlin. Yedlin will try to get around Kremaski. He does, but plays it into the middle. Nobody's home. Venezuela had gone wide. That ball came into the middle. Vilas for Miami in the direction of Suarez. Yazga over his back to win the header. Buka for Kamara. Kamara just a little bit of a heavy touch. And well defended there, Weigand. First to the ball. Engel into the 18. Tano high into the Knights' air. Towards the near side, and it just bounces out right at the midfield line. Miami will fire it in quickly. Weigand will step forward, I guess too far. That ball went out in the defensive half, and Weigand maybe about 10 yards forward from there, threw it in. Torrey Penso shut it down. Javier Mascherano not happy, and expressing his displeasure with the match official, throwing his hands in the air. And might just about do it, as Lujan will play it off to Kremaski on the far side. Pico. Back to Lujan. To the middle, Busquets. And that'll take us to the half. Scoreless here in Miami. Head coach Pat Noonan all set up downstairs. 45 minutes going, coach. Scoreless in this one. What did you see out there from your men?
Initially, our press wasn't great as far as recognizing Big Colt when he was high and wide similar to Salt Lake. So made an adjustment there, but we're just lacking patience with the ball. I think too many forced entry balls that are allowing them to get into their build and having us just defend the ball way too often.
All right. Thank you, Coach. That is Pat Noonan heading into the dressing room with the score. FC Cincinnati 0, Inter Miami 0. Halftime in South Florida. Our halftime report begins when we return on ESPN 1530.
With NFL Plus, keep the NFL in reach. Stream live out-of-market preseason games, live local and primetime games on mobile during the regular and postseason, and NFL Network, including 7 exclusive live games. With NFL Plus Premium, watch every touchdown every Sunday afternoon during the regular season on NFL Red Zone. And for a limited time, save 20% on an annual NFL Plus Premium subscription. Offer ends September 15th. Sign up today at plus.nfl.com/radio. Terms and conditions apply.
Gain Super Flings are here to take your laundry to the next level.
Talking about Gain Super Flings. Super size laundry packs. These things are huge. Super fresh, super clean. Gain Super Flings.
Gain Super Flings laundry packs have 4 times the Oxy cleaning power and 3 times the Febreze freshness versus Gain Original Liquid.
Super fresh, super clean. Gain Super Flings.
Gain Super Flings for next level laundry.
With stronger storms happening more often, blackouts can hit at any time. Preparing with Duracell reassures you don't get caught in the dark. With 12-year storage guaranteed, you'll have the power you need for this storm season and the storm seasons of tomorrow. And for whatever storm comes San Francisco's way, buying Duracell now means you're prepared if the power goes out later. Head to your local Walmart to stock up and stay powered with Duracell, the only brand with Power Boost ingredients built in the USA with US and global parts.
Jamie Lee Curtis and Lindsay Lohan are back in Disney's Freakier Friday.
Yes, totally.
Yes.
On August 8th.
We switched bodies.
I'm freaking out right now.
Let's pause and reframe.
Get tickets now.
Now.
For the ultimate movie event of the summer.
I definitely don't know how to act as an old person. What do they do? Talk about transitional lenses, home repairs, John Mayer, or,
Coldplay.
Disney's Freakier Friday. In theaters August 8th. Get tickets now. Rated PG. Parental guidance suggested.
Now at Chipotle, our all-new Chipotle Honey Chicken. brings Chipotle heat with a touch of sweet. Seared smoked peppers and savory Mexican spices, blended with a hint of pure honey for a perfectly balanced sauce. All combined with fresh, tender chicken hot off the grill, served up in your favorite burrito or bowl. New Chipotle Honey Chicken takes heat and sweet to a whole new level. But it's only at Chipotle for a limited time. Order now in the app for pickup or delivery. Chipotle, for real.
Cincy 360, Monday at noon on ESPN 1530.
Scoreless with 45 minutes in the books and 45 minutes gone here at Chase Stadium between Cincinnati and Miami. It's time to fly around the league and check the MLS scoreboard. Presented by Allegiant. Atlanta's leading Seattle at Mercedes-Benz Stadium 1-0. Charlotte and Toronto are scoreless in the 36th minute at Bank of America Stadium. Austin up 1-0 at DC United, also in the 36th minute. And Philadelphia, Colorado scoreless at Subaru Park. That's certainly one we will be keeping an eye on tonight. Set to kick off at 8:30, so about 25 minutes from now or so at Soldier Field. Chicago and New York will meet. St. Louis welcomes in Minnesota. Salt Lake takes on San Jose tonight at America First Field at 9:30 as RSL will try to bounce back from their loss last week to Cincinnati. And then Vancouver and Sporting Kansas City, the nightcap tonight at BC Place. They will kick at 10:30. We'll take a break. Look at the first half next on ESPN 1530.
You want to see basketball played the way it's supposed to be? Well, check out Ice Cube's Big Three all summer long. Fast, physical, and fun. Catch the best professional 3-on-3 players in the world live every weekend on CBS and Vice.
There's a time and a place for filet of fish, but breakfast is for sausage biscuits. McDonald's breakfast comes first. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba.
Necaxa, but we'll have that for you on the Inter Miami radio network. So again, 0-0 scoreline, Inter Miami and FC Cincinnati. Let's go to one singular highlight from the opening half. This was late, past the 40-minute mark in the first half, as Luis Suarez battled his way into the box and should have been awarded the first penalty of the season to Inter Miami. Inter Miami pushes forward. Segovia left to the penalty yard. Has some room. Into the middle. Suarez tried to turn. Then he was hooked. The referee says play on top of the box. The crowd is incensed here in South Florida. And Cincinnati on the move. Suarez wants a penalty. He's still down in the penalty box. And then away got a strong tackle on Evander. And now a yellow is shown behind the play against Redondo. He made contact with Arashado. And Tori Penso, a referee receiving boos from every corner of Chase Stadium here in Fort Lauderdale. She made a mess of the entire sequence. She absolutely did. And Inter Miami would protest. Didn't change the lack of point to the spot. Didn't change the card that was shown to Redondo. But the scoreline remained the same. 0-0. Let's go ahead and take a glance at numbers from the opening half. This 0-0 scoreline between these two sides. Inter Miami, the slight lead in possession, 50.9% possession to FC Cincinnati's 49.1%. 8 foreign shots for the home side. The Herons a 2-1 shots on goal advantage. Fafa Pico put a point-blank header on the goalkeeper, Roman Celentano, and then Marcelo Wegat late in the first half wound it up from short range, tough angle right of the goal, and Celentano took it off his chest once again for the save. 2 Inter Miami block shots. FC Cincinnati has 1. 243 Inter Miami passes to Cincinnati's 231. But Cincinnati's been the more accurate passing side, 89.2% to 87.7. Inter Miami's won 3 corners against FC Cincinnati. The visitors have won. 4 crosses for Inter Miami. Cincinnati has yet to deliver a successful cross. Inter Miami's been offside once. FC Cincinnati with a goose egg in the offsides category. 2 saves for FC Cincinnati's Roman Solentano. Rocco Rios Novo, an early diving to his right stop in the first half. 3 clearances for FC Cincinnati. Inter Miami has yet for an official clearance. Inter Miami's committed 7 fouls in the first half. And Inter Miami's been shown 2 yellows. Ben Kremoski and Tomas Vilas, both a very, very thin back 4. All right, let's look at the rest of Major League Soccer on this post-MLS All-Star Break match day. Very, very busy as we start heading into the home stretch of MLS play. Let's go back to last night. And we had several matches coming out of the All-Star break. Montreal with a victory over struggling, scuffling New England Revolution, 3-1. It was NYC FC, a 4-3 triumph on the road at FC Dallas. Houston and LA Galaxy were postponed. Orlando City beat Columbus 3-1. Orlando drawing even in points in the table against Inter Miami because of that win. Portland took down LAFC 1-0, and San Diego a 1-0 victory over Nashville SC. Now tonight in MLS play. Outside of this one in South Florida, 37th minute from Atlanta, and Atlanta United has a 1-0 lead on the Seattle Sounders. Also, just shy of the 40-minute mark from the Queen City, Charlotte and Toronto are 0-0. Austin has a 1-0 lead over DC United in the 38th minute. In the 37th, Colorado Rapids 1 and Philadelphia Union 0. Later on tonight, about to get underway from the Windy City, New York Red Bulls paying a visit to the Fire. That is an 8:30 start time. Same kickoff time for St. Louis City and Minnesota United. Real Salt Lake welcomes in San Jose at 9:30 Eastern time in the late night matchup, Vancouver Whitecaps and Sporting Kansas City from Canada. Again, 10:30 Eastern time. News breaking right before we went on the air that the German legend Thomas Müller might be a target and might be the newest member of Vancouver Whitecaps. I'm telling you, Inter Miami sets the pace. They made the big push for Rodrigo de Paul, and now all the Inter Miami or all the MLS sides are trying to follow suit. But Inter Miami, there's a reason they're the standard in Major League Soccer. Inter Miami 0 and FC Cincinnati 0. Second half on the way from South Florida. This is the Inter Miami Radio Network.
Now at Verizon, they're locking in low prices for 3 years, guaranteed on my plan. And you can get a single line for just $45 a month when you switch and bring your phone. That's their best price ever on unlimited welcome with auto pay plus taxes and fees. Guaranteed for 3 years. Because at Verizon, they got you. Visit your local Verizon store today. $20 monthly promo credits applied over 36 months with a new line on unlimited welcome. In times of congestion, unlimited 5G and 4G LTE may be temporarily slower than other traffic. Domestic data roaming at 2G speeds. Price guarantee applies to then current base monthly rate. Additional terms and conditions apply.
Out here, we feel things. The sore calves that lead to epic views, the cool waterfall mist during a hot hike, and the breeze that hits just right at the summit. But hey, don't just listen to us. Experience it for yourself. All Trails makes it easy to discover the best of the outdoors, with more than 450,000 trails around the world, points of interest along the trail, and offline maps for always-on navigation. Download the free app today and find your next outdoor adventure.
At Designer Shoe Warehouse, we believe that shoes are an important part of, well, everything.
From first steps to first dates, from all-nighters to all-time personal bests.
From building pillow forts to building a life.
For all the big and small moments that make up your whole world, DSW is there. And we've got just the shoes. Find a shoe for every you from brands you love at brag-worthy prices at your DSW store or DSW.com.
Soccer in South Florida is all about the passion, the energy, and the pink smoke. Inter Miami Soccer has a new home. Introducing Pink Smoke, your weekly deep dive into all things Inter Miami. Every Wednesday at 6, we're talking messy magic, big goals, wild moments, and the latest from the pitch. So lace up, Get loud and join us for Pink Smoke.
When you see that pink smoke.
Wednesdays at 6, only on ESPN 106.3.
Everyone has a fave Wendy's Frosty flavor. And when you're choosing from chocolate or vanilla, it's not that hard. But now, there's all new Frosty Swirls and Frosty Fusions. So try picking your fave from Oreo Brownie Fusion, Pop-Tarts Strawberry Fusion, Strawberry Swirl, Brownie Batter Swirl, Caramel Swirl, and Caramel Crunch Fusion. Not so easy now, huh? For a fresh way to Frosty, gotta be Wendy's. Open till midnight or later.
At participating U.S. Wendy's. Hours may vary by location. Oreo is a trademark of Mondelez International Group. Pop-Tarts is a trademark of Kellogg North America Co., LLC. Used with permission.
There's nothing like when you get that part from eBay and it just fits. Yeah, the first time. So you can do less of this and get right back to more of this. At eBay, you'll find all the parts you need, guaranteed to fit, at prices you'll love. Sounds good, doesn't it? eBay, things people love. Eligible items only. Exclusions apply.
A scorcher of a day is the perfect time to throw on your helmet or boots, grab an ice-cold Mountain Dew with a refreshing citrus kick, and head to the hills for some hiking, mountain biking, and panoramic views you'll be liking. Because raising your heart rate and your elevation deserves the elevated deliciousness of cold refreshment.
With lots to do. Give me a river, give me a dew. Give me something simple and true. Give me the sunshine, give me a dew.
Do the Dew.
It's Inter Miami Soccer on ESPN 106.3. Let's get back to the pitch. Here's Ken LaVicka.
We are deadlocked at 0 coming out of the dressing room. Inter Miami and FC Cincinnati, a battle of the fifth-place side in the Eastern Conference, Inter Miami, and the top team in the East, FC Cincinnati. I am Ken LaVicka, glad to be with you. Warm, muggy Saturday night in South Florida. It is late July, that's expected, and we are back underway in half number 2 from Chase Stadium in Fort Lauderdale. To my right, Oscar Gonzalez, the OG on-site engineer. I am Ken LaVicka, and Inter Miami put 2 shots on target in the opening half. FC Cincinnati with 1, and no substitutions at halftime. Again, a reminder, Lionel Messi is suspended. Jordi Alba is suspended, both due to skipping the MLS All-Star game. That has been the story of international football over the last 72 hours or so. And then you add into it Rodrigo de Paul being introduced tonight for Inter Miami. After a great spell at Atletico Madrid, the world champion with Argentina, it's been quite a night. And Inter Miami is giving some problems to FC Cincinnati in the right defensive third as Suarez was tripped up outside the penalty yard. No whistle from Torrey Penso, the referee, who has been under siege. And then a foul against Inter Miami. And Ben Kremoski, who's got to be careful, he's on a yellow. Valenzuela rent to ground at the border of the left defensive third. Rodrigo de Paul, again introduced to all of the fans here in South Florida before the match tonight, and promptly took a seat next to one of his great friends and fellow world champion with Argentina, Lionel Messi. DePaul will wear the number 7, which means Fafa Pico, who has offered up his number 7, and DePaul wears that with Argentina when he's on international duty. Pico has just doubled his 7, and he's now 14. And he's looked pretty good with that 14 here tonight. He had a point-blank header on a perfect ball across from Luis Suarez, denied by Roman Celentano. Almost got ahead on a beautiful feed from Weigott past the half-hour mark. But Pico, who is making only his 5th start of the season, 15th appearance for Javier Mascherano's Inter Miami side, has been extremely active and looked dangerous here tonight. Inter Miami attacking right to left. They're in the right defensive third, and an attempt to play it out of the back deflected by Anunga. Here's Cincinnati, right side of the penalty yard. Valenzuela had to play it back, wanted Kamara, but he is played off the ball well by Ben Kremoski, who is starting for the first time this season at left back for Inter Miami. And Kremoski will win it back for his blue-clad side. Brand new Riptide uniforms for Inter Miami. If you don't have the shirt yet, I would suggest you buy it. It is absolutely beautiful. We know that the pink Inter Miami shirt is one of the most popular on the planet. Man, this blue shirt is absolutely gorgeous. A piece of fashion mastery, if I may say so myself. FC Cincinnati, right attacking third along the near touchline. Lujan sweeps the ball away, high and floating, and out of play near the midfield stripe, near side, and it'll be a throw-in for FC Cincinnati. We have played about 3 minutes in the second half. Inter Miami, in second halves this season, they have been outscored 7-5 between the half-hour mark and into the second half at the hour mark. So we're in a little bit of a danger area here. And FC Cincinnati trying to run with Kamara into the right attacking third. He couldn't get on the end of it, and then bodies collide. FC Cincinnati comes out of there with it. Evander in the penalty arc. Tries to hold up play. Now he's looking for options. Lays it off Anunga. Now left side of the box. Cincinnati threatening. Weigott trying to mark, and the flag is up offside. FC Cincinnati. So Inter Miami did well to get back defensively, get in shape, and then play Cincinnati offside. Inter Miami, only the second time they have been level at halftime this season at Chase Stadium. This is the fourth time FC Cincinnati has had a draw away from their home surface, TQL Stadium. Fourth time that they have had an even scoreline going to the dressing room. FC Cincinnati, one of the best, in fact, the best away side in terms of wins and points in the table this season, but in the second half, they're -1 goal differential away. 9 goals for, 10 against. Inter Miami trying some nifty over-the-shoulder passing into left attacking half, and it falls to Pico. Left attacking third, right side of the box. Pico! He's denied by the keeper. 1v1. A sliding save. Celentano got a right leg on it before it goes out of play, but it wouldn't have mattered as Pico was offside. Late flag up on the far side. And upon the replay, yes, that was the correct call, as Pico was about a half body offside. One heck of a quality save from Roman Celentano that won't go on the stat sheet either. My goodness. Looking along the Inter Miami touchline, a number of players are up and getting loose for Inter Miami. I see Yannick Bright, Ryan Saylor is there as well. As FC Cincinnati tries to play it out of the back, Yedlin had it tackled away by Pico, and Inter Miami's going to win it left attacking half. Aviles into the middle channel. Suarez back to goal, makes the turn. Then Suarez lost his footing. He's pulled down, late whistle, and there's the foul. That is going to be Pavel Buka, the guilty party. And Inter Miami is going to have, or actually that was Miazga, guilty of the foul, and Inter Miami in the middle channel at the border of the left attacking third. This is about 35 yards out, probably a bit too far for a free kick blast. Luis Suarez lines it up. Really try and put a missile right leg behind it on the border of the left attacking third, or is he going to try and serve something up? He has 10 assists on the year. That leads Inter Miami. 0-0, Inter Miami, FC Cincinnati. Late stages, 51st minute. There's the whistle as Suarez looks on towards goal. Suarez approaches. Suarez, he's going to roll it to the right of the penalty arc. Back to Suarez. He tried to curl it upper right on the return feed from Busquets. Suarez, there was contact on his left ankle, but the referee said not enough to blow the whistle. Earn another free kick just outside the penalty arc, and it's going to be a goal kick for FC Cincinnati. And that's probably the right call, as Suarez was able to deliver the shot off the mark, and then his momentum carried him into an FC Cincinnati player. Inter Miami wins the ball back, left attacking half. Suarez tried to turn at the top of the box after the ball was played to him by Redondo in the midfield circle. As he stepped in front of the goal kick, Redondo with a beautiful header into the penalty arc for Suarez, and he tried to sidewind it, turning to his right hip, and he mishit it, and it trickled onto the keeper, Roman Celentano. Oh, Suarez, if he has his foot about an inch higher, he probably connects square on that ball. And now Celentano's taking his time, and Inter Miami players are desperately calling for a delay of game and a yellow against the keeper, and the referee simply just let everything slide. The ball pinballs in the midfield, and FC Cincinnati is going to win a right attacking half throw-in in the 53rd minute. A 0-0 scoreline, Inter Miami and FC Cincinnati. Inter Miami even goal differential at home this season, 11 goals for, 11 against. And a long ball for Cincinnati, left defensive half, and it finds the target in the right portion of the pitch, but Aviles was able to push it back to the midfield circle, but FC Cincinnati and Anunga able to get right back on the ball. Oh, strong move, Orellano to the outside left channel. He lays it off Valenzuela. Valenzuela up outside the penalty arc. Delivered to the right. Yedlin right side of the box. His cross to the back post. And Evander unmarked. Put it up and over a goal. And 15 rows deep. It took a carom at the last moment on that cross that changed the trajectory of the ball. That was a delicious ball from Yedlin. And it was Weigott who got a leg on it. And that threw off the timing of Evander, who sent the ball into the South Florida night. But that will go down as the best, most dangerous chance of the night for the visitors from Cincinnati. Danger time for Inter Miami. Evander, who had a brace, 2 second-half goals against Inter Miami 10 nights ago, nearly broke our deadlock. But it remains 0-0, and we welcome you to the 55th minute here in Fort Lauderdale on the flagship, the Inter Miami Radio Network, ESPN 106.3, the Deportes Radio FC app, and around the world on YouTube, where thousands are listening and taking this one in. And on behalf of everybody with Inter Miami, we welcome you from every corner of the globe. No Lionel Messi tonight, but this has been a match that has had plenty of action for a 0-0 scoreline. Lujan, left attacking half for Inter Miami. If you're just joining us, Rodrigo de Paul is official, signed by Inter Miami. He has passed the physicals. His loan that will turn into a permanent transfer from Atletico Madrid. The Argentine world champion. And here's a long ball defensive half. Pico, left attacking third, touches it on to Kromaski. Into the middle, Suarez could not have it fall to him on what was a pretty dangerous ball from Kromaski. And now FC Cincinnati on the counter. Kamara into the right attacking third for FC Cincinnati. Look out, Valenzuela plays it to his back heel, left board, and a short hop save. Rocco Rios Novo on the near post. He set himself up well, cut off the angle, and he distributes to Busquets. Now Inter Miami wants to run. Here they come into the left attacking half quickly. Here's Suarez. Left attacking third, right channel, give it Pico. He'll spray to the outside. Now back to the right flank. Suarez into the middle channel. Busquets about 30 yards away. Busquets, square ball. Ground level to Redondo, now left of the box. Kromaski, Inter Miami is on the left side of the pitch. Middle channel, Busquets has some room. Busquets floats it into the box. Wanted Suarez, never got through. It's headed away. And FC Cincinnati gives it away again. Inter Miami left defensive third again. Left of the box, Suarez. Left side of the area, gave it Kromaski. Won it along the end line. Gives it back off Pico, left of the area. His cross deflected. It's on to Redondo outside the penalty arc. He's going to win it back for Inter Miami. Good holding play here from Inter Miami. 0-0, 57th minute. Inter Miami retreats momentarily, but now Suarez right side of the box. Good control. He got to the middle. Suarez scored! Left foot! Oh no, he put it offside netting just outside the far post with a left foot. Oh, Luis Suarez nearly scored after navigating around 3 defenders. Suarez thought he had planted it, but it was the outside of the net. Put Miazga on skates did Suarez just wide of the goal. And we're still 0-0. Man, Inter Miami is playing extremely aggressive football right now. Busquets is trying to chase down Buca to the left defensive third, and then Pico almost won a ball away along the near touchline. In the left defensive third for FC Cincinnati, it goes off of his shins, and it will roll out of play. A deep defensive corner near side throw in FC Cincinnati. Kai Kamara is going to come off. Our first substitutions, and they're going to come via FC Cincinnati. So Sergio Santos replaces Kai Kamara. And Valenzuela is the other substitution, so both forwards come off. Teenage Hudabi, the Zimbabwe international, comes in for FC Cincinnati. Meanwhile, Javier Mascherano keeping his 11. That started the match to this point. 58th minute into the 59th, 0-0. Inter Miami, left defensive third. Allende to the right side of the box. Wagon collects. Wagon rolls it to the outside of the area, upper right. Now it's sent to the near side. Busquets with a right foot delivers it. Kremoski left of the box. Kremoski on his right foot to the left wing. Busquets. Instead of delivering it across, sends it to the penalty arc. Wanted Allende. Poor first touch for Allende. That's pretty common for him. And then Redondo shown a yellow as he made contact with Buca in FC Cincinnati's left defensive half. And that's the third yellow of the night for Inter Miami. Redondo shown the book of the referee, Tori Penso. Aviles and Kremoski also in her book. And now Javier Mascherano will certainly want to start thinking about substitutions, but he doesn't have a ton of options. With Messi and Alba suspended, Falcone suspended due to yellow accumulation, and injuries abound. FC Cincinnati unable to feed a ball from the left defensive half to the right attacking half. Yedlin wanted to pick out Sergio Santos for Santos' first touch since coming on as a substitute, but he fell down. And now Inter Miami in the right defensive third. Good ball from Redondo on to Pico. Pico pushes it near touchline, 30 yards away, outside left channel to Kremoski. And now it's played back into the Inter Miami defensive half. We are an hour in, 0-0, Inter Miami. Good layoff, Allende on a long ball, left defensive third to the right of the box. Here is Luis Suarez for Inter Miami. Drives into the area. Suarez to the end line. Suarez cuts it back, fell down. And Cincinnati won it back. And the ball rolls out of play. Right end line, goal kick, FC Cincinnati. Suarez lost his footing. He was trying to find a way to maybe get it onto his left foot and get a little bit of a better angle towards goal, but for the second or third time tonight, Suarez slipped on this natural surface. So now FC Cincinnati trying to play out of the back. Good ball, Yedlin into the defensive midfield, and now look out. It's Evander from the midfield circle. Good ball to the outside, far left touchline, border of the right attacking third, FC Cincinnati. Hudabi, his opening touch in the attack for the visitors. From just off the Ohio River, Evander, middle channel. Attacking midfield, FC Cincinnati, an extended spell of possession here. First time we've seen this in a while as we cross the threshold into the 62nd minute. Two substitutions have entered the match for Cincinnati. Still have yet to see one from Inter Miami. Briefly into the left defensive half is FC Cincinnati, and now it'll be pushed on near touchline. Right attacking half, Orellano. Orellano against Kremoski. Kremoski tackled it away across the near touchline. Throw in FC Cincinnati. Orellano to Yedlin. Orellano got around Kremoski. Orellano driving forward. Good toe poke. Deflection by Busquets, and another near side throw in, this time right attacking third, FC Cincinnati. DeAndre Yedlin, the former Inter Miami captain. 0-0. The throw in Cincinnati has it right of the box. Inter Miami wins it though. Segovia pushes the ball forward. Suarez wanted to deliver it back to Segovia and did, and a foul as Segovia was trucked from behind in the Inter Miami right defensive third. That's Pavel Buka called for the foul. The former Czech First Division man. Busquets from his right defensive half. Play it to Lujan. He'll go near side to far side with a curling ball onto Aviles, and Inter Miami in blue playing it out of their back four. Good turn at the midfield by Tadeo Allende. It's one of the best first balls he's played in a long time. Now, at the midfield stripe, Inter Miami comfortable just playing it back into their right defensive half calmly and resetting as Redondo sails towards the center circle. A little bit of a lackadaisical ball to Busquets, but it was pushed right back on to Lujan, and Inter Miami back to work. Rios Novo outside his box for Inter Miami. Sends it back to Redondo. Now Inter Miami with Segovia left to the midfield circle. He's charging into the left attacking half. Sends a ball up to Kremoski. A curling cross near side to far side. Did not get to Allende. That was close, though. It was slid away by Hudaby. And now the chase is on for a ball in the midfield. Right attacking half. Good job by Oreshano to navigate around Kremoski. Now he feeds it Evander on the left wing. Evander has an option to his left flank. Evander had it tackled away by Redondo. But then it's won back by Anunga of Cincinnati. Anunga, left side of the box. Anunga, look out. Anunga's still going. It's loose outside the 6-yard area, and it's tackled by Lujan outside the 6-yard box. And now Inter Miami is trying to push forward left attacking half. Suarez got behind the defense after he ran into a Cincinnati player. Suarez played through Pico into the box. He was crashed on from behind. The ball goes out of play across the end line, and the referee says play on. Oh, that is a nightmare no decision from Torrey Penso, who's done it again to Inter Miami. Papa Pico absolutely crunched from behind on a beautiful ball from Suarez to the left side of the box. Yedlin absolutely tripped him, caught him with a sweeping right leg. You saw it clearly as he got to the ball on the replay. There's also a pull of the shirt as well. And in the 65th minute, it remains 0-0. Pico is furious as he took a water bottle from the end line, took a sip, and then whipped it against the sponsor signage behind the goal. Yedlin was cramping for a moment. This crowd is raining boos on the referee, Torrey Penso. Javier Mascherano is absolutely letting the fourth official have it on the near touchline. After a quick VAR check, the no call was upheld, and now look out, FC Cincinnati, right attacking third. Chugging to it is Santos in the right portion of the box. Tried to feed it to the top of the area, and it's a strong clearance by Weigott of Inter Miami. Pico brought the ball down, but then Anunga won it right back. Or make that, yeah, it was Anunga for FC Cincinnati. And Cincinnati in the attacking midfield. Right channel, maneuvers forward. Uka into the middle channel, near side to far side, finds Evander, left wing. Evander inside the box, a tough shot. Rios Novo with the save, he gave up a rebound. Santos the follow, it's cleared off the line by Gonzalo Lujan, who saves the day. It was rolling towards the goal line, and Lujan was able to deliver it away from disaster. Oh, goodness. This place is electric right now, trying to urge on the home side without Messi and without Alba and without Falcone, severely undermanned, trying to grab a result from the top team in Major League Soccer. Suarez down in the midfield. The referee says play on. Inter Miami is going to push forward, though. Allende left attacking third far side. Sends the ball right side of the box. And it's won by Cincinnati. But Segovia is able to steal it back. He's right of the penalty arc. Lays it middle channel. Suarez. Suarez on the turn. Suarez, right foot. And he chunked it over the crossbar from 21 yards out. The crowd was rising in anticipation, but Suarez did not hit it particularly well. 68-15, 68-16. Oh, Gonzalo Lujan, as we look at the replay, denies Sergio Santos the rebound goal after the initial save from Rios Novo on a shot from Evander. Bounced outside of his arm's length. Rios Novo did have a save on the 16th in the 3-0 loss at Cincinnati that fell right to Evander for a tap-in goal. He avoided that same fate thanks to Lujan this time around. Inter Miami wins it in the left attacking third, but a late whistle and a foul called against Inter Miami. I will look like an easy Segovia interception. Played it back to Pico. Pico is headed to the fourth official and is furious. The referee's going to pull out a card. And I think that she's going to show it to Javier Mascherano. This is absolute nonsense. Tori Penso has lost control of the match, and it is her fault. She is the one who has lost control of the match. And Mascherano's been shown a yellow. I mean, this is atrocious. And that's a dive from Miles Robinson on the foul call. Nil-nil. Inter Miami and FC Cincinnati continue to do battle as we bring you to the 70th minute. Now Suarez wins the ball in the Inter Miami defensive half, right side of the pitch. On to Busquets. Into the attacking midfield circle, Suarez. Allende had to hold up a run, and Suarez tried to chip it up the right channel, and instead it's going to roll into the box, and it's collected by FC Cincinnati's Roman Celentano. While Inter Miami has looked dangerous, Celentano hasn't been particularly busy for Cincinnati here in this second half. 70-25 reads the clock here at Chase Stadium. We're going to have a third substitution now for FC Cincinnati. It's going to be Alvis Powell, the Jamaican international, as Miles Robinson's night is done. Or no, Yedlin. That's Yedlin. My apologies. So DeAndre Yedlin will walk off. Alvis Powell. He played 5 minutes against Inter Miami 10 days ago. And he enters the match with about 20 minutes remaining. 0-0. Inter Miami, FC Cincinnati doing battle. Square ball from the far side defensive half to the left attacking third. Pico is fighting for it, and he's called for a foul as Powell goes to ground just outside the FC Cincinnati box. Tori Penso blows her whistle, and it's another foul, much to the dismay of this South Florida crowd. And now Inter Miami's first two substitutions are going to enter. Noah Allen making his triumphant return for Inter Miami. Since he went out and they lost to Paris Saint-Germain in the FIFA Club World Cup, Gonzalo Lujan had a strong night at center back for Inter Miami. So Noah Allen back from his hamstring, and Yannick Bright is going to send Federico Redondo to the bench, and Redondo was extremely solid for a second straight match for Javier Mascherano's side. So Noah Allen returns for Inter Miami for the first time since the FIFA Club World Cup. The Inter Miami homegrown, and Yannick Bright is in for Inter Miami. Inter Miami gives it away in the right defensive third near the end line. A clearance away from the near post by Yannick Bright on a ball that was fed by Oreshano from the right of the box, the end line, tried to play it back, and Bright sent it across the end line for an FC Cincinnati corner, near side to far side. Well done by Yannick Bright. Read that well. So the corner is going to come from Oreshano, and his left foot, he's going to in-swing it, near side to far side, and we have a pitch invader who wanted a picture with Luis Suarez, and he got his selfie. The crowd celebrates as he's escorted off by security. It's been a while since Luis Suarez has had a pitch invader look for a selfie. And by the way, that pitch invader was wearing a Uruguay shirt. Now FC Cincinnati with an near side to far side corner in the 73rd minute. Luca Oreshano to do the duties as Evander sits right of the box. Torrey Penso, the referee, tries to organize traffic on the far post. Yannick Bright in a shoving match with Matt Miazga. Nobody is really urgently following her direction right now. And now Sergio Busquets and Miazga going to be called over by the referee for a talking to. And now we're ready for the corner. Into the 74th minute, no score. The in-swinger, this is to the back post, and it's up and over everybody, and it's out of play. And it was a foul in the box against FC Cincinnati anyways. Suarez is joined with Tom Bryan Anunga, the physical Cincinnati midfielder. So Noah Allen in the match. He's playing center back for Inter Miami, as Kromoski remains at left back after the substitution. Inter Miami in their defensive midfield. Segovia lays it off Busquets at the midway point of that right portion of the pitch. And now here is Weigand. Weigand evaded a defender, sent it to Suarez in the midfield circle. He's going to make a turn, heads into the left channel. Now Suarez, standing flat-footed, will roll it the middle portion of the left attacking half for Sergio Busquets. Now outside right channel. This is Yannick Bright. Bright pushed it ahead. Weigand sent it to the right side of the box. Cleared away by Hudeby. And it stayed in play far side. And then a crashing tackle by Marcelo Weigand as he made contact with Sergio Santos of Cincinnati on the far touchline. Inter Miami's left defensive half. Torrey Penso comes over the referee to make sure that nobody comes together for any extracurriculars. 3/4 of the way through this one. 75-50, 75-51, 75-52. I am Ken LaVicka here at Chase Stadium in Fort Lauderdale as we near 8 o'clock Eastern time in South Florida. And Inter Miami wins a ball in their right defensive third. Good short-range passing. Try to maneuver out of the back. Busquets, now Bright, now Segovia, and he'll send it near side. Kromoski, who's going to one-touch right-footed on to Noah Allen. Noah Allen, nifty footwork, looking spry after his hamstring strain. And Inter Miami still in its right defensive half. Busquets rolls the ball, midfield circle, briefly in the attacking half. Suarez, backwards pass to Segovia. Segovia sends a ball up the near left touchline, left attacking half. Kromoski able to get there. Kromoski to the left wing, Segovia. Segovia pressured. Gave it Busquets in the middle channel. Now off to the right side in the flank. Weigand. 30 yards out, Suarez on the turn, about even with the right border of the box. Back to Weigand, outside right wing. Weigand going near side to far side with his dribble. Rolls it on to Segovia. Segovia, now Kromoski. Top of the box extended near side, left side. Kromoski back into the middle for Busquets. He's going to have to defer to Noah Allen Still in the left defensive half is Inter Miami. Here's Aviles. Aviles whips in a high delivery left of the box, and Segovia could not bring it down, but he won it left to the area. Segovia still battling, and he's able to pick out Kremoski along the touchline. Kremoski, his cross, back post, and he wanted Pico. It's headed away by FC Cincinnati and Hudeby, and it's going to be a corner, far side and near side for Inter Miami. That was a prodigious delivery from Ben Kremoski. And lurking was Fafa Pico, as he has been doing the vast majority of the night. 78th minute. This Inter Miami corner brought to you by Lighter Smith, Ivy, and Fronrath, representing injured people and their families more than 35 years. High corner, left side of the box. It falls to Suarez outside the upper left of the area. Suarez had an attempt to send a square ball, deflected. It's still going to make its way into the right wing, and now Busquets whips it top of the box. It did not find Pico, though, and Cincinnati's going to finally be able to play it out of the back. Good physical play Allende, but he bounced right off of Alvis Powell, and he won it back. But then Yannick Bright, a strong play in the midfield to win it for Inter Miami. Look at the footwork here for Telasco Segovian. Inter Miami back into the left attacking third. Now attacking midfield, Noah Allen with a left foot onto Busquets. Busquets looks on, threads the needle on a pass, Segovia left wing. Segovia wants to play it through, could not get it to Suarez. Miles Robinson intercepted it as we get near 79 minutes. A giveaway Cincinnati. Here's Allende. Let it roll through to Suarez. Suarez couldn't find Allende, and then Weigand couldn't win it for Inter Miami, and Evander has it. It is a 3-on-4 odd man opportunity for FC Cincinnati into the right attacking third. As Inter Miami tries to scramble back defensively. Evander, middle channel, looks like he's got some heavy legs right now. And Evander is going to push a ball, square ball to the near side on the touchline, right attacking third. Powell, across, and it's plucked out of midair, right outside the 6-yard box in the right area by Rocco Rios Novo. As we are within 30 seconds of the 80th minute. Long ball forward, Pico, and he won it near the touchline. The flag stayed down, but Pico having trouble finding reinforcements. There are some lead-heavy legs out there for this extremely undermanned Inter Miami side. Battle of the two sides who have won the last two supporter shields in Major League Soccer. Here's Weigand, right wing. Now Suarez, he'll deliver a ball to the far right touchline. Inter Miami in the left attacking third. Allende, I don't know what in the world he was trying to do there. As he sent a ball right of the area. I think he thought Weigand was going to make a run. Weigand was just planted there, and Inter Miami gives up possession. Luis Suarez, hands on hips, tries to assess. Javier Mascherano steps to the touchline. And you wonder if there's going to be a flurry of subs here. He still has 3 to work with in the final 9 minutes, and then whatever is tacked on at the end by the referee, Tori Penso. Cincinnati plays it back to their keeper. Left side of this field, Celentano will send it to the midfield, and Ben Kremoski chested it down on a Noah Allen, and Allen will sweep it back to Inter Miami's yellow-clad keeper, Rocco Rios Novo. The 24-year-old, 4th start of the season, but his 7th appearance due to injuries or red card suspensions. He started at Atlanta United early in the year. That was a victory for Inter Miami. Fafa Pico, the game winner, after Oscar Ustari was shown red in the home match against Charlotte and had to serve the suspension. And then Rocco Rios Novo started at New York Red Bulls last Saturday and starts here tonight. Long ball defensive, half 1-on-2. Pico trying to get there, and he ended up winning it at the border of the left attacking third. Sends it to the outside, Allende. Allende cuts it to his left foot, plays it to the right of the box, Pico. Pico turns, and he slapped it off of nobody. It's going to be a goal kick for Cincinnati. Pico wanted to try and play it off of Miazga, and he mishit it, and instead shanked it into the seats with his right foot. Tried to cut it across his body, did Pico, and again, there are some tired extremities out there. Busquets sends the ball left side of the box, and Suarez all of a sudden got through two defenders and nearly got a head on it. The keeper, Celentano, had to punch it away. A collision of bodies, and then Yannick Breitz called for a foul in the midfield, trying to win it away from Luca Orellano of Cincinnati. Oh man, Luis Suarez was unaccounted for on a long ball that Busquets just sort of sailed into no man's land. It checked up left side of the box, and suddenly Suarez was there. Much to the horror of the goalkeeper for Cincinnati, Roman Celentano, who now is on the ball in a much more comfortable position. It's on his feet, top of the box. Oh, he rolled it a little bit lazily into the middle, almost picked off by Busquets, played back to the keeper, and now it is sent off to the keeper's right. Orellano makes the turn, and here he comes charging. Great head of speed into the right attacking half. Now right attacking third. Wanted to play it through, and it was intercepted. A foot found it. Noah Allen, but Cincinnati, after a miscue, looking for a Wagon, will win it back along the end line. Orellano onto the left wing. Hudeby. 0-0. 83:45 on the clock. Evander on the left wing. His pass was deflected, and Pico has it for Inter Miami. Good ball to Segovia. He'll roll it back to the edge of the box. Kramaski, and FC Cincinnati retreats. That's well done by Inter Miami. Now Kramaski on the turn, and Noah Allen has it in his left center back position, and Inter Miami lurches forward. Right defensive half still. Long ball. Wagon wanted Suarez, headed away easily by Cincinnati, and now into the midfield. It was Buka, chested it down, and sent it on to Anunga. Anunga charges into the right attacking half. Up that right wing. Give it off Orellano. Orellano angling left with his dribble. He's even with the right border of the box. 30 yards out of Vander in the middle channel of Yannick Breitz, and he'll roll it to the outside. Looking for a cross from that far side. Nobody there, and Rocco Rios Novo calls off Aviles and scoops the ball up into his chest. That's really one of the first times Rocco Rios Novo has looked comfortable taking command, communicating back there. He was a bit hesitant against New York Red Bulls in that 5-1 Inter Miami win last weekend. That's better from Rocco Rios Novo. 0-0 Inter Miami and FC Cincinnati. Messi and Alba suspended tonight for Inter Miami. They'll be able to return against Necaxa. First match of the Leagues Cup Wednesday night right here in Fort Lauderdale. Cincinnati able to grab the ball in their attacking midfield. And a miscommunication. Santos had a ball intercepted, but then Allende with a bad first touch. And it's taken back by FC Cincinnati. Orellano, well done by Ben Kramaski to take it off his feet and make that Noah Allen, and Noah Allen will earn a defensive third throw-in for Inter Miami from the near touch line. Looking at Javier Mascherano, and I don't see anybody preparing to sub in. Busquets off the throw-in will lift the ball to Suarez. Suarez swipes the ball left attacking third, and Allende is on it. Allende checks up on the left wing, then had it tackled away, and it's across the near touch line. Throw in Cincinnati. Allende is just a bit of a liability 1v1. He can't get around anybody, and he doesn't trust his touch. So Cincinnati has it in its left defensive half. 86th minute. It has been a valiant effort from the home side. They have had opportunities to score. We'll see if they can ask a few more questions here in the final 4 minutes, and however many minutes are tacked on due to added time, can they at least get a result without Messi and Alba and Falcone? In the left defensive third is Cincinnati. Anunga skies a ball near touchline in the right attacking half. Poked out of play, right foot Aviles, throw in FC Cincinnati. And now more substitutions still for FC Cincinnati. Brad Smith is going to enter. So Brad Smith is in, and Corey Baird comes on as well. Orishano comes off for FC Cincinnati. And Inter Miami has it in its right defensive third. Allen sends a long ball ahead. He mishit that. And it never sailed to Allende, who was charging hard up the middle of the pitch. We are across the border of the 88th minute. 88:09, 0-0, Inter Miami and FC Cincinnati. Ball goes out of play, far touchline near the midfield stripe for FC Cincinnati, and a quick throw-in for the visitors. Evander on the left wing. Can he present heroics? He has it dispossessed. Pico has it for Inter Miami in the defensive half, right side. At Real Salt Lake last weekend, FC Cincinnati an 87th minute goal to pull out 3 points. Inter Miami's trying to avoid that fate here tonight. Weigott now to Yannick Bright. Now Pico, far touchline into the left attacking half. But he immediately distributed beyond midfield stripe into the defensive portion, but now Allen glides up for Inter Miami. Feeds it to the middle channel, Segovia left attacking half. Suarez trying to back heel to Allende. That was swept away by Cincinnati, but back on to Noah Allen on the left wing. Square ball near side to far side, well done. And it is played down by Pico. Pico right of the box. Pico has two defenders on it. Fafa Pico. And he sent it across that looked like a win off of a hand. That might be looked at on the right border of the box. But Cincinnati, after play resumed, wins it back. It's tackled out of play by Pico of Inter Miami. And the referee, is she going to look at it? She's just saying play on. Again, this is absolutely mind-boggling, just jaw-dropping. And now a yellow is shown by the referee to Weigott. And now we have another pitch invader. This is absolute chaos here at Chase Stadium. That was Anunga who had the ball, hit his hand. Or no, Hudaby. And that, I think he might have been outside of the area. It certainly hit his hand in an unnatural position, but it might have just been outside the right portion of the area. Meanwhile, play restarts. Here's Allende for Inter Miami, had it tackled away. Looked like it was another handball against Cincinnati that they got away with. We are across 90 minutes. In this 0-0 scoreline, Inter Miami and FC Cincinnati. Can Inter Miami get a result here at home without Messi and Alba against the top side in Major League Soccer? And FC Cincinnati nearly gave it away in the left defensive half. Mascherano with the ball in front of him thought that on a pass from the attacking side to the defensive portion, it went across the touchline, and the referee decided to play on, and he screams at the fourth official. Meanwhile, FC Cincinnati wins it in the midfield. 3 additional minutes. 3 minutes of added time here in Fort Lauderdale. A foul against Inter Miami far side against Weigott. And in the right attacking half, far touchline, make that right attacking third. It'll be FC Cincinnati with a free kick.
Nope. Travis Powell will be the player to stay back. Looks like Hadebe will as well. Vander, the lone player at the ball. Now Hadebe will get forward. As I say, you got to get some height there. Vander a couple steps inside of the far touchline.
FC
Swings this ball to the box with his right foot.
Robinson headed down and into the back of the net. FC Cincinnati
with Miles Robinson, and they're going to say a foul on Miles, or was he offside?
Well, it's not the assistant that calls it.
No.
It's the referee. That's
Tori Penso. It looked like Miles Robinson on the header in the box won the match. He's not off.
He's actually being pulled.
He's being fouled by Noah Allen. Noah Allen, you can see the jersey outstretched.
He's being pulled. There's
And
no
yet,
way.
He
That's
gets
a foul.
his noggin on the ball and puts it in the net. Well, let's see if John Freeman, the VAR, will get involved here. Rocco Rios Novo is trying to take the free kick.
I mean, it's clear as day. There's no foul.
Is it a clear and obvious error? And will John Freeman ask Tori Penso to go to the monitor? Doesn't appear that he will. Pat Noonan shrugging his shoulders. It looked like the orange and blue won the match at the death. They are checking the disallowed goal right now on the foul called on Miles Robinson. But it does not appear that Tori Penso is going to be called to the monitor. Rios Novo has not yet put the ball into play, but everybody has gone out to the midfield. Matt Miazga is having a conversation with Penso.
The only question I have, tell me, is it a different player that's involved in the foul? Because if it's Miles Robinson, it's not.
Right.
Unless there was something before it.
Who skits?
No.
He doesn't foul Noah Allen.
This has to go to review.
Well, my buddy Jake Zivin behind us is on Apple TV. He tends to agree with us. It's a good goal. Play hasn't resumed, which would make me believe that John
It has
Freeman.
to be a goal. Like,
yeah, they're going to say no goal. They're going to say no clear and obvious error. So Pat Noonan now is the coach that is livid, and Rocco Rios Novo will have a goal kick. Unbelievable. What's John Freeman doing in North Texas? And Nunga heads the ball over to the near side. It's kept in by Kramaski. Allende off to Suarez. Now Busquets. We're 4.5 minutes into what was supposed to be 3 minutes of stoppage time. Imagine there's at least 60 seconds remaining. Brad Smith will win the ball on the far side. Forward to Evander into the midfield. Bucas. Cincinnati maybe one more chance forward. Corey Baird's going to make the run. Baird with Rios Novo coming off his line, and Rios Novo pushes it over to the near side. Kramaski. Miami going to try to get into their final third one more time. We're 5 minutes gone in stoppage, and play will continue. Kramaski right in front of his own bench. Evander trying to catch up to him. Santos intercepts the pass. Powell will try to send the ball forward. Kramaski intercepted it. Yannick Wright. Suarez heads it in reverse. Adabi trying to get to the ball. Adabi's knocked down by Wygant with a high arm into the face of Hadabi. That's not called. Wygant should be sent off. That should have been a yellow card on Wygant. Miami is livid because Hadabi's grabbing his face. Javier Mascherano is furious now. Was that not a foul when Hadabi was taken out?
100%. So as he's coming here, it looks like he gets pushed in the back. Now, the question is, did he win the ball as he went? But dangerous tackle, it's a tackle from behind.
They're showing the replay of that goal by Miles Robinson again. If anything, it's a foul on Noah Allen.
100%.
I take back everything nice I said about Tori Penso earlier. She's got to lost control here late in this match. Now, granted, it's on John Freeman, but she called the foul on Miles Robinson. And John Freeman felt that there was no clear and obvious error to call it over to the monitor.
Which, again, just with what we saw, there was clear and obvious evidence.
Well, we're 6.5 minutes now into stoppage as Hadabi will get back up to his feet. Now, because it was a head injury, he's going to have to come off for a moment. So Cincinnati's going to be a man down here late. Hadabi will trot over to the near side. I can't imagine there is much time remaining in this game. They have shown every angle of this on our monitor here on our broadcast perch. Play will resume. Here we go. Maybe another opportunity for Miami. Noah Allen. Over to the right, it's Swagan. He'll be sent back on. Ball for Segovia into the box. Powell sends it away into the midfield. And so allowing this thing to continue into an 8th minute of stoppage. Ball comes into the box. Yannick Bright. Bright pulls it back, headed away right at the goal. Alvis Powell on the spot, but Miami is going to get a corner kick. I don't understand why this game is still going on. I get there was a big delay, but not 5 minutes. Swipe it into the midfield, and Torrey Pencil still has not blown the game dead. Noah Allen back forward. Sergio Santos knocks the ball away. Buka. Brad Smith trying to get away into the midfield. Aviles sends the ball out. That'll be a throw-in for Cincinnati. And 8 minutes of stoppage time. Still not enough. Will Torrey Pencil let Cincinnati? No, she will not. There it is. Finally, a full-time whistle and a 0-0 draw with both coaches feeling a bit hard done here. Javier Mascherano shakes the hand of Pat Noonan, screams in the direction of the officials, and walks up the tunnel. So he doesn't even shake hands with the referees after the match. Mascherano was booked earlier. He's not happy. Pat Noonan's not happy. And both teams will get a point tonight. So we will hear from Pat Noonan here momentarily. But I'm sure he's looking for an explanation first. And Torrey Penso walking away from everybody who wants an extra word. She's telling Paul Rogers to walk away. I think Pat Noonan's trying to catch up to her, and he's going to walk with her towards the tunnel and ask for an explanation of what happened on that Miles Robinson goal. So a draw tonight will keep Cincinnati atop the table in all of Major League Soccer. Penso continues to chat with Pat Noonan, and that'll end that. And we will await our post-game interview with Noonan. 4th draw of the season for FC Cincinnati. 6th for Inter Miami, and the gap between Cincinnati and Miami will remain at 7 points, with the Herons having those 3 games in hand. A bizarre 8 minutes of stoppage time. It looked like Miles Robinson won the match. And a foul called.
Hey.
Derails that plan. And I'll be interested to hear, Pat. That's going to be my first question for Pat. Did he get any explanation?
Go ahead.
On the situation with Miles Robinson. Pat making his way towards our headset now. And he will get set up. All right, Coach, a bit of a chaotic situation there in stoppage time. It looked like Miles Robinson won it there. Did you get any explanation as Torrey walked off the pitch?
No, we'll wait and see.
All right, what did you like about the effort from your guys tonight in getting the clean sheet?
Defensively, it was strong. With the ball, we were really poor. We made the game too chaotic, and that's an area of our play that if we don't figure it out, it'll be very challenging in the stretch run. So we got to be better with our decisions and playing in a more simple way.
Coach, appreciate the time. That is Pat Noonan down on the pitch. You can hear the frustration in his voice. 0-0, the final score here in Fort Lauderdale. We'll step aside, take a break. Post-game show begins when we return on ESPN 1530.
When you're upgrading your bath, choosing a vanity is a big step on your checklist. Whether you're doing a complete overhaul or a style refresh, the Home Depot makes finding the right one simple. Browse our endless selection of vanities with the storage you need and the style you want to complete your look. With our everyday low prices and free delivery, the Home Depot has the perfect vanity to bring your dream bath to life. The Home Depot, how doers get more done.
Football is back.
Let's go!
go, baby!
On July 26th and 27th, teams across the league take the field for Back Together Weekend, presented by YouTube TV.
Let's do this for fans!
With 2 full days of practices, player interviews, and behind-the-scenes access, it's a can't-miss NFL reunion. Back Together Weekend, presented by YouTube TV, July 26th and 27th. Go to NFL.com/BackTogetherWeekend for more information.
You want to see basketball played the way it's supposed to be? Well, check out Ice Cube's Big Three all summer long. Fast, physical, and fun. Catch the best professional 3-on-3 players in the world live every weekend on CBS and Vice.
I'm Dr. Damon Tanton for Viome. Viome's full body intelligence test is the new science in anti-aging and life-extending insights. Viome analyzes your biological age to see if your body is aging too rapidly. You'll learn how making simple, precise changes in certain foods and supplements can, get this, slow your aging, keep you looking young, and help prevent future health issues. Next, Viome doctors design supplements specifically to your body's needs. Their job is to slow down and help reverse how fast your body is aging. And your Viome microbiome test reveals why you have stomach issues, don't sleep well, have low energy, even why you can't lose weight, and more. Viome reboots your body to live longer, live healthier, and look younger.
Viome is changing lives. Order your full body intelligence test online and save $50. Viome guarantees rapid, remarkable health improvements your doctor will notice. Visit Viome.com, promo code THRIVE. That's VIOME.com, promo code THRIVE.
There's a time and a place for filet of fish, but breakfast is for sausage biscuits. McDonald's breakfast comes first. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba.
Struggling with weight gain, low sex drive, or constant fatigue? Hormonal imbalances could be to blame, and Quest makes it easy to check in on your hormone health. Visit questhealth.com to shop hormone-focused lab tests and get insights to help balance your body. For a limited time, listeners save 10% on select Quest hormone tests when you use code QUEST10 at checkout.
To the Leagues Cup break. Kevin, you can hear the frustration from head coach Pat Noonan there in the interview, and I think that probably stems from you knew tonight no Lionel Messi, no Jordi Alba, and one massive opportunity to get 3 points, and FC Cincinnati did not perform up to his standards.
Yeah, I think there was that for sure. I think the performance piece certainly irritates him. I think just with how the game kind of finished, and the chance obviously that Miles Robinson had, I think there's questionable calls throughout the game. You know, there was potentially a penalty against FC Cincinnati as well. But I think the biggest disappointing piece, I think you kind of collected it there. It's really the performance, right? With an opportunity that you could have got 3 points potentially. But listen, Miami showed up too, and they still have quality on the field. And to get a tie here, after getting 3 points at TCO Stadium, still a good run of form against a very good team, right? And so you can't be, upset later in the stage. I think the moment right now, it's hard, right? Because you can kind of see the factors that you could control and the things that you could improve. And it just didn't quite happen for this team tonight. And that's what Pat's really frustrated about.
Right. Last 8 league games for Miami, they've won 6 of those 8. The 2 they have not, in Cincinnati, a loss, a draw tonight, and a point still keeps you atop the table, but it felt like the team was flat in the final third.
Yeah, and look, I go back to the first half too, and I talked about it at halftime. They had chances in this first half. Dado Valenzuela has 2, Kai Kamara has 1, Evander has a free kick that's blocked, right? But if you convert one of those chances, which you should really, then it's a different game. Yep. And it's a different halftime, and the second half's different, and of course, you get 3 points at the end of it, right? But those things didn't happen. And in the second half, I think the disappointing part was there wasn't chances created in the second half. But again, you've got to look at what was missing for FC Cincinnati tonight. A little bit of firepower, as you mentioned. I think fatigue kicked in, which is kind of interesting.
Right.
But it's again, conditions. It's a lot more humid in this area too. The field's a little bit different, maybe a little bit softer as well. And Miami again affected the game. They had a good, I think, strategy as far as the system. They tested FC Cincinnati. But again, listen, you're leaving here with a point, so it's not disastrous.
Right.
And I think that's the thing. In time, the reflection will be, okay, yeah, that makes sense. We got a point. We got 4 points against them over 2 games. That's a good performance.
Right. Yeah, 4 points across the season against Inter Miami. I think most teams would take that. I just saw the replay of that Sergio Santos ball that he could have poked away from Rios Novo, and he gets just a little bit of venom. Not a lot of venom, just a little bit of venom on that, and that is a goal, but it was cleared off for the line. And Inter Miami gets a clean sheet. FC Cincinnati get a clean sheet. Nobody with any goals tonight. A draw will break it down more as our post-game coverage continues on ESPN 1530.
Football is back.
Let's go, baby!
On July 26th and 27th, teams across the league take the field for Back Together Weekend, presented by YouTube TV.
Let's do it for fans!
With 2 full days of practices, player interviews, and behind-the-scenes access, it's a can't-miss NFL reunion. Back Together Weekend, presented by YouTube TV, July 26th and 27th. Go to NFL.com/BackTogetherWeekend for more information.
You want to see basketball played the way it's supposed to be? Tune in to Ice Cube's Big 3 this summer. Watch stars like Dwight Howard, Kemba Walker, Joe Johnson, Michael Beasley, and many more, along with Hall of Fame coaches. Experience the fast pace and physical play and fun action that defines the game. You know what it is. It's the Big 3. Catch the best professional 3-on-3 players in the world live every weekend on CBS and Vice. Yay, yay!
I'm Dr. Damon Tanton for Viome. Viome's full body intelligence test is the new science in anti-aging and life-extending insights. Viome analyzes your biological age to see if your body is aging too rapidly. You'll learn how making simple, precise changes in certain foods and supplements can, get this, slow your aging, keep you looking young, and help prevent future health issues. Next, Viome doctors design supplements specifically to your body's needs. Their job is to slow down and help reverse how fast your body is aging. And your Viome microbiome test